Welcome to your deep dive. Today we're diving into something I know you've been looking into. Starseeds. You sent over a bunch of really interesting stuff about them and some excerpts from the Law of One too. Plus, there's a personalized starseed reading, which, wow, I can't wait to get into.
It sounds like you're on a quest to understand your place in the universe.
Definitely.
Well, that's what we're here for, right? To try to connect the dots and maybe find some answers or at least some really interesting possibilities. We'll be exploring this idea of star seeds and see how it connects to the Law of One. Maybe some insightful connections will pop up along the way.
Okay, so first things first. What exactly is a starseed? It sounds kind of sci-fi, to be honest.
The term starseed basically refers to souls that didn't originate on Earth. They came from, well, somewhere else out there in the cosmos.
Whoa, really? Like aliens?
Not necessarily in the way we usually think of aliens. It's more about their soul's origin, a different dimension, or maybe even a different planet altogether.
Okay, so their souls are basically intergalactic travelers.
That's a cool way to put it. And according to that book you sent, Starseeds, wake up, get on track. These starseed souls incarnated on Earth with a specific purpose, often to help humanity evolve. It also suggests that everyone has starseed material, but Earthseeds have been around longer, maybe not as aware of their spiritual roots.
So some of us could be walking around with this, like, intergalactic heritage and not even know it.
That's the idea. It's a pretty wild concept when you really think about it. This interconnectedness, all these souls from different places coming together here on Earth.
It makes you wonder what they're all doing here. What's their purpose? Oh, wait, I think we have a clue about that. Your personalized starseed reading says you are a Mintakan starseed. So tell me, what does that even mean?
Well, from what I understand, Mintakans are known for being super intuitive and having this strong connection to cosmic knowledge, like a direct line to the universal library or something.
That sounds amazing.
It does, doesn't it? And your reading suggests you might be drawn to spreading wisdom, guiding others, maybe even exploring things like out-of-body travel, things that connect you to that vastness, that cosmic knowledge.
Those are some pretty incredible talents. But the reading also mentions some challenges for Mintakans, right?
Yeah, it does. One thing it points out is the difficulty in finding partners who truly get you, who understand your perspective. And it also suggests that you might experience Earth as kind of dense, limited, compared to the higher realms you're used to.
It's like feeling homesick, but for a place you've never physically been to, like intergalactic homesickness.
Exactly. And it's interesting because this connects with the idea of wanderers in the Law of One. It describes these souls who choose to incarnate in lower density realms to help raise the vibration, assist in the evolution of consciousness.
So they come here to help us out, basically.
That's one way to look at it. But to understand that better, we need to talk about densities, which the Law of One dives into. It's a bit complex. Imagine them as like levels of spiritual development, almost like grades in school. Earth is currently in third density.
Or density.
Yeah, think about it as all about duality, learning through contrast. Good and bad, light and dark. It's a place where we're learning through those opposites. And we're transitioning to fourth density. That's where compassion and harmony become more dominant, like graduating to a higher grade.
So all the crazy stuff happening in the world right now, all the conflict and challenges, it's kind of like the growing pains of moving up a grade.
Yeah, exactly. It's a transition period. And according to book 1 of the Law of One, it's not going to be smooth sailing. It actually talks about an increase in entropy and unusable heat because of all these scattered thought forms. It's like all the negativity and disharmony creates this kind of friction that makes the transition harder.
Wow, so it's like we need all the help we can get to navigate this shift.
It seems that way.
Which makes you wonder if all these starseeds, these wanderers, are here to, like, lend a hand, maybe smooth things out a bit?
It's a fascinating possibility, right? The Law of One mentions this process called harvesting, where souls vibrating at a certain level of love and understanding move into fourth density. Maybe the starseeds are here to help, to lighten the planetary vibration, as it says in the book.
To help us graduate, so
Yeah.
to speak. So it's not about escaping Earth, but about helping it evolve. Which brings me back to your starseed reading. It mentions some specific challenges you might face as a Mintakan. Things like grounding, setting boundaries, finding your community.
Yeah, those are common struggles for starseeds, especially those who are sensitive to energies. Imagine being a radio tuned to a higher frequency. You're picking up on things others don't even notice. It can be overwhelming.
So how do you deal with that?
The reading suggests some practical things, like spending time in nature and practicing chakra healing. They can help with those sensitivities, help you find some balance.
Those sound like great ideas. And I think the Law of One touches on similar things, doesn't it? Like, it's not just about the physical world, but about the energetic side of things, too.
Absolutely. It emphasizes balancing our energy centers, which is basically what chakra healing is all about. And it stresses the importance of meditation and contemplation to quiet the mind and connect with your inner self.
So basically, both your starseed reading and the Law of One are saying that we're not just physical beings, we're energy beings, and we need to learn how to work with that energy to grow and navigate these densities.
That's a really great way to put it. And it leads us to another big idea from the Law of One, service to others versus service to self.
Ah, yes, the cosmic tug of war. Like, are you here to help others or focus on yourself? Which path are you on?
Exactly. And the Law of One doesn't say one is right and the other is wrong. It emphasizes free will above everything else. But it describes this polarity on a cosmic scale, even mentioning Orion entities representing service to self. They try to influence us negatively.
While the good guys are.
The Confederation represents service to others, but they respect our free will. They won't interfere unless we ask. It's like a cosmic drama unfolding all around us, with both sides trying to win us over, and it's our choices that determine the outcome.
Wow. It's intense when you think about it that way.
It is. And this idea of starseeds coming to Earth with a mission to spread knowledge, to raise awareness, that seems to align with service to others, pushing us towards a more positive future. It's like they're tilting the scales towards the light.
Makes you wonder what your role is in all of this, right? Especially given your Mintakan nature, your connection to that cosmic knowledge.
It definitely makes you think. And it's something we can explore further as we go deeper into the Law of One. But for now, I think we've covered a lot of ground. We've talked about what a starseed is, how it connects with the Law of One, and even gotten a glimpse into your personal starseed reading.
Phew, my head is spinning. We've covered so much already, from understanding what a starseed is to connecting it with the Law of One and exploring your personal starseed reading. This is all so fascinating. We definitely need a moment to process all of this. We'll be back soon to continue this incredible journey through the cosmos of starseeds and the Law of One.
It's really interesting how the Law of One kind of gives us this framework for understanding how these energetic shifts, like the influx of starseeds, could be affecting the planet as a whole.
Okay, tell me more about that. What's this framework all about?
Well, like we talked about, Earth is in this third density, right, where it's all about duality, that sense of separation. But as we move toward fourth density, where unity and compassion are kind of the main themes, it's not always going to be pretty. The Law of One calls this period a time of heightened catalyst.
Catalyst. What does that even mean in this context?
Think of it like this. Catalysts are like challenges, experiences that push us to grow. Like the universe is turning up the heat, giving us all these chances to learn and evolve.
So all the craziness in the world right now, the changes and upheaval, could actually be pushing us toward a higher level of consciousness.
Exactly. It's not that the chaos is a good thing in itself, but we have this free will to choose how we respond to it. We can either let it drag us down into fear and negativity, or we can use it as fuel to transform and grow.
I see. So these starseeds coming to Earth during this intense time of catalyst, they could be like a cosmic support system, helping us deal with the challenges and making more conscious choices.
Yeah, that's one way to think about it. And all their unique abilities and sensitivities might be especially important in this transition. Remember how your reading mentioned the Mintecan ability to tap into that universal knowledge? Imagine how that wisdom could help guide people through these uncertain times.
It's like having someone who knows the way, leading you through the rough patches and help you get to a better place.
I like that analogy. And it goes back to that service to others idea that the Law of One talks about so much. Starseeds, especially those who are here to help, they might be acting like beacons, radiating this higher vibration that lifts the consciousness of the whole planet.
So it's not just about spreading knowledge, it's about embodying a different way of being, a more compassionate and harmonious way of interacting with the world.
That's a great way to put it. And it reminds us that service doesn't have to be some huge heroic thing. It can be as simple as being kind, listening to someone, or just being there for someone who's struggling.
So even small acts of kindness can contribute to this shift in consciousness.
Absolutely. And the more people who wake up to that, who start acting from love and compassion, the more powerful that collective shift becomes. Imagine what would happen if everyone lived that way.
Okay, that sounds amazing. But for those of us listening who are like, I want to help, but I have no idea where to start, what would the Law of One suggest?
Well, it really emphasizes self-knowledge and self-acceptance as the foundation for any kind of meaningful service.
So you got to understand yourself first, before you can truly help others.
That's the idea. It's about knowing your strengths and weaknesses, your biases, even your shadow side.
Shadow side, that sounds kind of scary.
Don't worry, it's not as bad as it sounds. Your shadow side is just the parts of yourself that you maybe repress or deny, the stuff you don't really want to face. But the law of one suggests that instead of being afraid of it, you need to integrate it. That's a big part of spiritual growth.
So it's like embracing all of who you are, the good and the bad, the light and the dark, right?
Exactly. And from that place of self-acceptance, you can start working on balancing your energy, clearing those blockages, and aligning yourself with your higher purpose.
And the law of one talks about specific ways to do that, like meditation and contemplation, right?
Yeah, those practices can help you quiet all the mental noise and connect with your inner guidance. That's super important for making choices that are true to who you really are.
It's like, don't just wait for someone else to fix the world. Do your own inner work so you can be part of that collective transformation.
Exactly. And the presence of these starseeds, with all their heightened awareness and sensitivity, can be really inspiring and helpful on that path of self-discovery.
Yeah, they're kind of like a reminder of the potential we all have inside, that light that's within each of us.
And the Law of One warns us about putting starseeds up on a pedestal. They're not here to be worshipped or anything. They're more like companions on this journey of evolution, walking alongside us.
We can learn from them,
Yeah.
but ultimately the journey of self-discovery is something we each have to do on our own.
Exactly. And what's really mind-blowing is that the Law of One says this journey doesn't just end with this lifetime or even this planet or this density. It keeps going.
Wait, there's more. This is getting cosmic.
Oh, yeah, there's a lot more to explore. The Law of One describes this whole intricate system of densities and octaves where each level is like a different vibration, a different level of awareness. And it says that reincarnation is a key part of that journey. We get to experience all these different densities and keep learning and growing.
So it's like a giant cosmic staircase. Each lifetime is a step toward greater understanding and getting closer to the Creator.
That's such a great way to picture it. And from that perspective, our lives on Earth are just a small chapter in this much bigger story.
This is all so fascinating, but I think my brain needs a break to catch up.
I know, right? It's a lot to process. But the Law of One gives us such a profound and expansive view of reality. And when you add in the idea of starseeds, it just opens up so many more possibilities.
We've really only scratched the surface here. But before we dive even deeper, let's take a minute to let all this amazing information sink in. We'll be back soon to keep exploring the mysteries of starseeds and the Law of One. All right, I'm ready for more. My mind is officially blown by all this talk about souls and densities and starseeds, but the Law of One also talks about this thing called time-space. What is that all about?
It's a pretty trippy concept. Think of it like the opposite of space-time, the way we usually experience things. You know, one moment leads to the next, everything's linear. But time-space is different. Our perception of time is totally different there. It's like where our souls go after we transition from physical life to kind of process and integrate all the experiences we had.
So after we die, our souls go to this time-space place to debrief, like make sense of everything they learned in their Earth life.
Yeah, you could put it that way. But it's not just about looking back. The Law of One suggests that in time-space, we're also planning and getting ready for our future incarnations.
Hold on, so we actually get to choose what we want to learn and experience in our next life. That's kind of amazing. We have way more control over our soul's journey than I realized.
It is a pretty empowering idea. It means we're not just passengers, we're active participants in our own evolution. We're constantly making choices that shape our destiny, not just in one lifetime, but across multiple lifetimes.
Okay, but if we're choosing our future lives, why can't we remember our past lives? Wouldn't that make the whole thing a lot easier?
That's where that veil of forgetting comes in. According to the Law of One, it's super important for the whole third density experience. It lets us dive into the illusion of separation, to feel the whole range of emotions and challenges without all the baggage from our past lives dragging us down.
So it's like we need to forget who we really are to learn and grow in this particular density.
That's the idea. If we were always aware of our past lives, of our connection to the Creator, it would be much harder to make genuine choices, to really learn from the experiences we have here.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
But even if we don't remember our past lives consciously, they're still affecting us in some way, right?
of course. All those past experiences from this life and all the others, they're shaping our subconscious beliefs, our fears, the way we act. They create this framework that we use to understand the world.
It's like we're carrying around all this invisible luggage full of stuff from our past, and we don't even know it's there.
I like that analogy. And that's where self-awareness and inner work becomes so important. The law of one encourages us to look into those hidden patterns, to figure out where they come from, and heal the wounds that might be holding us back.
And maybe that's part of the reason why starseeds are drawn to Earth. Maybe they're here to help us remember who we really are, to help us reach our full potential and navigate this whole process of uncovering and healing our past.
That's a really nice thought. And it emphasizes how connected we all are. We're all in this together, learning from each other, helping each other evolve.
So it's not about worshiping starseeds or thinking they're better than us, but seeing them as companions on this journey. They're sharing their wisdom, giving us a fresh perspective.
Exactly. And the law of one reminds us that true empowerment comes from within. It's not about relying on something outside of ourselves. It's about connecting with that inner guidance, trusting our intuition, remembering that we have the power to create the life we want.
This whole conversation has been eye-opening, to say the least. We've gone from understanding what star seeds are to exploring the concepts of densities and time-space from the Law of One, and even touched on this idea that we get to choose our own destiny.
It's been awesome to explore all this with you. We've barely scratched the surface, but I hope this deep dive has sparked some curiosity, a desire to keep digging deeper.
This is definitely just the beginning. I encourage everyone listening to keep exploring these ideas that resonate with you, to delve into the Law of One, and most importantly, listen to your own inner voice.
Trust your gut, follow your heart, and never forget, you are a powerful being with the ability to shape your reality. You can make a difference in the evolution of this planet and maybe even beyond.
Thank you so much for joining us on this amazing journey into the world of starseeds and the Law of One. Until next time, keep searching, keep asking questions, and let those stars guide you.